This can't be happening. A full-blown election meltdown in Canada. In 2025, Mark Carney, the Liberals' so-called answer to chaos, stands accused of overseeing one of the most controversial election outcomes in Canadian history. And now, with courtrooms stepping into the spotlight and recounts sweeping across battleground ridings, Canadians aren't just skeptical. They're furious. The official story: a narrow Liberal win. The unofficial reality: mass confusion, allegations of irregularities, and a political system under siege. This isn't about sour grapes from the losing side, it's about a growing pile of evidence that something in this election process went terribly wrong. The courts are no longer observers. A federal judge today ordered a full judicial audit in multiple ridings. Why? Because of anomalies that can't be explained away with a shrug. We're talking about ballots missing barcodes, poll books with voter mismatches, and advance votes counted before they were even cast. Elections Canada, once a symbol of stability and professionalism, is now being dragged into the eye of the storm. And at the center of it all, a man who was supposed to bring calm, Mark Carney. Instead, he's watching the legitimacy of his victory disintegrate by the hour. This isn't a recount. This is a reckoning. From BC to Newfoundland, the political map is being erased and redrawn. What was declared a Liberal minority on election night might now shift into Conservative control. Or worse, deadlock. The stakes: nothing short of who governs the country for the next 4 years. Every discrepancy matters. In some ridings, the margin of victory is a coin flip. A handful of votes, literally 5 or fewer, separates winners from losers. In Oakville, North Burlington, one ballot with a smudge is the difference between a Liberal seat and a Conservative one. That's not democracy, that's a glitch in the matrix. And it's not just the margins, it's the mechanisms. In Scarborough Southwest, advance polling stations reported turnout figures that don't match the registered voter rolls. In Calgary Centre, ballot boxes were found unsealed. And in Trois-Rivières, over 200 mail-in ballots were counted despite missing verification codes. These aren't isolated incidents. This is systemic. Whether by incompetence or design, the process broke. And Carney's silence is only amplifying the outrage. The Liberals have issued vague assurances. But voters don't want vague, they want answers. Pierre, of course, is turning up the heat. And why wouldn't he? For months, he led the national polls, energized the base, and captured frustration like a lightning rod. Now, he's claiming the election was stolen, rigged, or worse, sabotaged. And frankly, a growing number of Canadians aren't dismissing the idea outright. In Vancouver-Granville, a riding initially declared for the Liberals by 83 votes, a manual recount revealed the Bloc Québécois actually held the lead all along. A data entry error, they said. A typo. But how many other typos are buried in the results? Let's not sugarcoat it, Canada is facing a full-blown electoral confidence crisis. Voters are asking basic, painful questions: who actually won? Can we trust the system? And perhaps most urgently, how did this happen in a country known for political order? Carney's personal riding in Montreal is now under official scrutiny. Ballots received after the legal deadline were counted anyway, and a number of them lacked voter signatures. How does that even get through? This is the man who promised precision, responsibility, and clean politics, and yet, here we are. His supporters argue it's all being blown out of proportion. But try telling that to the voters in Regina, Leuven, where a ballot box was discovered, unopened. Or in Durham, where scrutineers were denied access during the advance count. If this is what winning looks like, then Canadians want no part of it. Meanwhile, internal leaks suggest Liberal operatives are panicking. Blame is ricocheting inside party headquarters. Carney's team is pointing fingers at Elections Canada. Trudeau-era veterans are pointing fingers at Carney. And no one, absolutely no one, is taking responsibility. The optics are devastating. The man who was marketed as steady and unshakable is now looking detached, even evasive. No media Q/and as. No town halls. Just carefully scripted statements and a bunker mentality. And as the recount chaos stretches into week 2, Canadians are losing patience. Carney didn't just fail to win decisively, he failed to assure Canadians that the win was clean. And in a political climate this volatile, perception is reality. If the public believes the election was compromised, the mandate collapses, regardless of the numbers. So, what now? Legal teams are preparing for constitutional challenges. Rumors of a snap election are already circulating. And in the meantime, the Conservatives are demanding a nationwide audit. One thing's certain, this government, if it even survives the recount process, will face a crisis of legitimacy from day one. This was supposed to be Canada's return to stability. Instead, we got ballot chaos, vanishing trust, and a new leader already buried in controversy. Mark Carney may have won the election, on paper. But on the ground, in the courtrooms, and in the hearts of millions of Canadians, the verdict is still out. This is Maple Flash.